The story begins with Akira, not Toriyama, watching a zombie show, really wishing his life was that exciting. Akira is a fit young man with short, scruffy black hair and matching color eyes. 3 years ago, Akira landed his dream job in the production department. There, he accidentally bumps into Sayori, a charming girl from the accounting department, and falls flat on her. She offers him some helpful tips about the business and wishes him good luck on his first day. After his first day at work, Akira goes to a company get-together at a bar. He feels really excited about his job and finds everyone to be friendly and hospitable. There, he sees Sayori again and decides to work hard to impress her. Back at work, everyone's demeanor undergoes a transformation, and they become mindless worker drones. Akira notices their peculiar behavior in the workplace and wonders about the cause. Facing a lot of pressure from work, Akira endures many sleepless nights and returns home feeling exhausted every night, and despite the lack of rest, he remains determined to give it his all. Akira learns about the company's great benefits, like paid vacations, leave for special occasions, and mental health days. However, he jokes about how some aspects of the job aren't as great as they seem. A year later, his boss Kasugi assigns Akira a big project that he needs to complete in a week. During this busy time, Sayori brings him food when he's too occupied to take a lunch break. Akira realizes that she's the only one keeping him sane. But then, he discovers that Sayori is actually his boss's mistress, which changes the way he sees things. With Sayori no longer a motivation for him, Akira starts to question why he keeps working for the production company. He thinks about getting a different job but realizes he might not have enough time for that, and he doesn't want to put more pressure on his team. As he starts his third year at the company, Akira's stress keeps growing, and he even starts to think about suicide. To find some comfort, he watches TV shows that talk about how to behave at work and how important it is to keep workers safe and healthy. Once more, Akira wakes up feeling like he hasn't slept enough. He sees a letter on his door reminding him about an unpaid fee for his bike space. Deciding to talk to the building manager about it, Akira gets no answer and sees the manager's door is open. He's shocked to find that the manager has become a zombie. Suddenly, he's running away from a whole group of zombies, wondering what's happening. After thinking it over, Akira starts to feel happy about the zombie apocalypse because it means he doesn't have to go to work anymore. In the middle of the zombie chaos, Akira finds a safe place and starts thinking about what to do with all the free time he suddenly has. He's worried about Sayori and how she's doing, but he admits to himself that he'd rather be eaten by zombies than hide his feelings for her any longer. When he gets to Sayori's apartment, he's shocked to see that his boss has turned into a zombie. Akira uses this chance to tell his boss he's quitting. And with his rugby skills, he tackles the zombie boss out of the window, which kills him. Seeing that Sayori has also turned into a zombie deeply saddens Akira. However, he gathers his courage and emotions, and bravely confesses his love to the zombified Sayori. Afterward, Akira goes out at night to a store, thinking about the future direction of his life. At the store, he buys a Sharpie and a notebook and then starts turning the notebook into a detailed bucket list with 100 goals he wants to achieve. Next day, Akira wakes up from a nightmare and realizes that, thanks to the zombie apocalypse, he doesn't have to go to work. He spends his time relaxing, drinking beer, and cleaning up his home. On TV, a news reporter is shown talking about the chaos of the zombie apocalypse, but she gets attacked and dies during the broadcast. Seeing this, Akira takes a moment to think about his situation, but then his mind quickly shifts to the idea of having another beer. Unfortunately, Akira finds himself out of beer, so he reluctantly leaves his home to get more. While he's out, a couple on a nearby balcony, who haven't turned into zombies yet, notice Akira near one of their poles. He talks to them, explaining his current situation and his plans. Akira promises to bring back some supplies for them after his trip to the store. In the store, Akira notices a girl drinking water. As he picks up beer, he attempts to exchange numbers with her. She turns him down and scolds him for risking his life just for beer, stating that she wouldn't want to team up with someone whose priorities are misaligned. Akira brushes off her remarks, but then he's confronted by zombies entering the store. Unexpectedly, the girl grabs Akira, saving him from a truck that crashes into the store to kill the zombie. Akira thanks her, but then he notices that his bike has been damaged by the truck's impact. Akira finds a motorcycle and uses it to go back to the Kasaka's place, the couple he met earlier. When he arrives, he sees that their home is covered in blood and badly damaged. This leads him to the sad realization that they are either dead or have turned into zombies. Feeling downhearted, Akira returns to his own home and spends some time reflecting on his life. He then takes out his bucket list and starts crossing off 33 items before heading to bed. In a flashback, we see the girl Akira met at the store. She's working out while listening to an emergency broadcast on her radio, trying to stay fit and alert. She attempts to contact the lab station for more information, but there's no response. To keep her mind active and avoid turning into a zombie, she starts jotting down various activities she can do. Using her binoculars, she carefully observes the different types of zombies roaming outside, taking detailed notes on their behaviors and pattern. This is part of her strategy to understand and possibly outsmart the zombie. Eventually, she leaves her home to gather essential supplies but feels tempted to indulge in one of her favorite desserts, Sakura Machai. Suddenly, Akira enters the store, singing his beer song. The girl is watching all of this unfold on her phone, viewing the live footage from the camera she has attached to her bike. She spots the car before it collides with the store and therefore is able to save Akira. After returning home, she reviews the footage and notices Akira just before he entered the building, risking a lot just to get some beer. This makes her think if maybe she should have picked up the Sakura Machai when she was at the store. Next day, Akira tries to check off an item from his bucket list, growing a beard. Unfortunately, this doesn't work out as he hoped. While he's dealing with his beard experiment, Akira's phone starts getting lots of messages. The Wi-Fi is back. He realizes he hasn't checked his messages in 3 years, and now he has a ton of them. While going through these messages, he sees his childhood friend Kencho's name. Believing Kencho is still alive, Akira decides he must find him. At the same time, Kencho is in a tough situation at Club Shoe Time. Trapped in the bondage room and facing a dangerous zombie, Akira calls Kencho and promises they will meet in Shinjuku, even though Kencho warns him about the risks. As Akira makes his way to Shinjuku, he takes a moment to tell the audience about Kencho. Kencho was popular in college, Akira's best friend, and loved to party. He later became a successful real estate agent. Even though Akira sometimes got annoyed with Kencho's advice to quit his unfair job, he is completely dedicated to rescuing his friend. As Shu succumbs to the zombies, the noise draws their attention away. Kencho seizes this opportunity and escapes the room, eventually running into Akira. Expressing remorse for not having listened to Kencho and being envious of his success, Akira sincerely apologizes. They are then chased to the rooftop by the pursuing zombies. With a daring move, Akira jumps to a nearby building and urges Kencho to follow suit. However, Kencho reveals that he had never been fond of his job and had been merely putting on a show all these years. His true passion lies in becoming a stand-up comic, and Akira wholeheartedly encourages him to pursue it by quitting his job. Kencho takes a leap of faith, successfully making it across to the other building, shedding his clothes along the way. Later that night, as they talk on the rooftop, Kencho confides in Akira about his ambition to save the survivors of the apocalypse, although Akira remains skeptical. Akira is engrossed in playing a video game centered around zombies, while Kencho takes on the role of chef and prepares a meal for both of them on the rooftop. In a light-hearted banter, Kencho teases Akira about his dating life and wishes him good luck. As Akira continued with his game, Kencho took a peek at Akira's bucket list. Despite Akira's suggestion that he should create his own list, Kencho decides to add some items to Akira's list, emphasizing his commitment to being there for Akira after saving him from a near-death experience. Akira then proposes a trip to Ike Bureau to purchase a widescreen television, a request tied to one of his bucket list goals. During their journey, Kencho shares his aspiration of becoming a stand-up comedian with Akira, causing Akira to contemplate his own dreams. Out of nowhere, they encounter a truck driven by a zombie. Akira skillfully navigates through a series of zombie-related obstacles, leading them to take refuge in an underground section of a shopping mall where they encounter other survivors. These survivors, however, do not share the same optimism about the zombie apocalypse as Akira and Kencho. Recognizing an opportunity to fulfill one of Akira's bucket list items, Akira and Kencho decided to engage with the female survivors they encounter. The girls, named Ryuka, Maki, and Yukari, introduced themselves as flight attendants, much to the delight of Kencho and Akira. Akira ponders how he could make their experience better, given the grim circumstances created by the zombie. Observing Kencho's success with one of the attendants, Akira resorts to a humorous stunt involving tequila to make one of the other girls laugh. Akira's plan succeeded, and all the girls burst into laughter. However, Akira had to retreat to the restroom to deal with the effects of the tequila. During his absence, Yukari checks on him. Meanwhile, Kencho and Maki explored a store together. Ryuka expresses her dissatisfaction with life, but their time takes a dark turn when the man they were with turns into a zombie and attacks her. The situation alarmed Kencho and Maki. On the other hand, Yukari confides in Akira, sharing her concerns about her career and revealing that she has a boyfriend. Maki and Kencho encounter a zombified Ryuka, and a gruesome incident unfolds as Maki gets bitten and Kencho has to defend himself by using Ryuka's suitcase as a weapon. Meanwhile, Yukari and Akira have a heart-to-heart conversation about their career dilemmas. Akira realizes that despite his initial dreams of working in the production industry, his current journey has made him realize that his dream was not truly his own. In the midst of their conversation, the man who had been been with them earlier arrives and attacks Yukari. Akira manages to fend him off, but it becomes apparent that Yukari has been bitten. Despite Akira's efforts, Yukari urges him to leave her behind, confessing her love for her job despite her misgiving. Akira reluctantly departs and encounters Kencho, who has successfully procured an 8 Kelvin widescreen television. As they make their escape from the area and return to their hideout, Akira reflects on the words of Kencho and Yukari and decides to add a new item to his bucket list to remember his childhood dream. Thank you, anime lovers. This was from today's video. Stay in the loop to find out what unfolds next. Hit subscribe and give a thumbs up to stay connected.